Didn't think so. But the Ice Gators are coming back to Lafayette, so for those of you that love LA, that love Louisiana, and you love the Ice Gators, they are coming back. Speaking of something that is, and we get a woohoo from the crowd, speaking of something that making a bit of a comeback and slightly sports related, George H.W. Bush. No, we're not talking politics tonight. We're not going to go there. But I do have to give President George Herbert Walker Bush some credit. How many 85-year-old guys you know of would jump out of an airplane from 10,000 feet? President Bush, of course, the elder. Bush, 41, celebrating his 85th birthday in style yesterday with an airplane, a parachute, and 10,000 feet in between said plane and said ground. I got to give the man credit. Decent job. And he landed. Now, not as good as his 80th when he jumped out of the plane with one Chuck Norris, but still kind of got the job done. And you have to, the other thing, and this is the one thing I'm surprised. Now, Mike Baldwin, who is our floor director tonight, may be joining us later. There was an instance where President Bush had correct me if I'm wrong, President Bush had some nice young ladies in his presence around the same time. Is that right?
Yes, he did.
Now, what was I saw something with a cast of a play that was with them. Is this what you were talking about earlier, or
no?
Was this a reporter that he was trying to hit on?
I don't know what you're talking about actually at this point.
Okay, I've lost my floor director. That's when I know I have a train wreck on my hands. So Mikey will be joining us later on again because our friend Nick Mayon hasn't shown up. But again, President George W. Bush, 85th birthday. Congratulations to him for jumping out of a plane and surviving. Let's move on to, well, I don't know how this is sports related, but I have to start a rant here. Apropos of nothing to what we've talked about. Jon and Kate +8. Why do they care? Somebody please figure this out. And while we are trying to figure this out, you can call in. Hey, they changed my graphics. I was doing the Vanna White. Now I got to point down. 232-4434, extension 207. And here in my hand, I hold the infamous iPhone, or not the infamous iPhone. The iPhone we used last year was Mikey's when we did our lightsaber bit. But this phone, as much as I can't stand it, this Motorola Razr has some very powerful information, including the phone number. Yeah, what did I say? Okay, so my bad. This Motorola Razr holds some information, including one Nick Mayon's cell phone number. So we're going to call him and find out where in the world is Nick Mayon. And that's 3 rings.
Hello.
Nicholas Aloysius Mayon.
How you doing, Mr. Ian Paul Ozan?
I am doing good, and on the phone with us right now, here on the Acadiana Open Channel on 124 East Main, is the gentleman who is normally my left-hand man, who should be in studio sitting next to me right now, but instead is studying for Police Academy. Nick
How's everybody doing
Mayon.
there?
We're doing good, but Nick, we're wondering, where are you?
I'm at CC's at the study group right now.
You mean you're eating pizza when you should be on camera?
Coffee shop.
Oh, okay. It's a little bit more acceptable. But
I'm watching the little light show of everybody getting caught by the speed cameras right now.
Which brings us into something else. Please explain to the people who are still shocked at this announcement. What are you studying for right now?
Huh?
What are you studying for right now? What kind of class are you going through?
Ian, you're breaking up, buddy. What?
I'm breaking up. You're breaking up. You're the one on the terrible bag phone. Nick, can you... That, ladies and gentlemen, is Nick Mayon. He is somewhere in a black hole. He is in a coffee shop that shall be unnamed, watching people run a red light. That's when you know the kind of night it's going to be. Now, it's a bit early for this. Mikey,
What's that?
Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. I can't even get my normal co-host. Hello. There's a bit of feedback. Hey, Max Headroom there too. Okay, now Now, the other reason why they call us AOC is because we're amateurs on camera, and we would have had a better job planning this. But again, best laid plans go awry, and it's now my honor and a privilege to bring in a friend of mine. He directed a couple episodes of this show last year. Now he's standing in as his floor director and co-host for the evening. He is the technical savant of the Acadiana Open Channel and from what I understand, the Lafayette Parish Sheriff's Department, or at least from what I've heard. And he has the microphone there, and when we get the camera shot, wait for it. It'll be my pleasure to introduce the one and only Mike Baldwin. Mike,
Ian.
how are you? And
Doing great.
This is kind of a last-minute deal for you.
Yeah.
Explain to the folks who you are, what you do, and how you wound up here.
All right. My name is Mike Baldwin. I am a independent producer, editor, IT professional, as it were. Former employee here at the Open Channel. Before that, a volunteer. So I go back a little bit before when I started working here. It's a pretty good, 140 character summary.
Which we'll get to in a second with Twitter, but first, we have a call on line number 1. Good evening, caller. You're live on 124 East Main. Good evening, and please turn down your TV. Good evening, caller. No worries. And again, you are watching 124 East Main here on the Acadiana Open Channel. Caller, you're live on the air. What's up?
Nice, how's it going, man? We just got a new puppy today, and we were actually hoping, man, my girlfriend got a new job. We can give him a shout out over the air, over the Open Channel. We got a lot of friends and family that watch you guys.
Do you think we should let him give a shout out?
Yeah, of course.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Come on.
Go ahead.
Mr. Ollie is his name. He's a peekapoo.
Nice.
The
Very nice.
Peekapoo, Mr. Ollie. There you go. There's your shout out for the evening. Now, we were talking about Twitter.
Yeah.
Just a second ago.
Well, we'll get that in a little bit. We'll get a little bit.
Now, I have something
topics
up here, and we talked about earlier. We were talking in studio about Jon and Kate +8.
Mm-hmm.
Why in the world this came up, I have no idea.
Not
Personally,
sure.
I hate the show.
We're still skipping one. You're still.
Well, we'll get to
Okay,
that.
all right.
I'm jumping all around the bush. That
All right.
blackboard that's in the back of the studio.
Yeah.
Whenever you see the intro, we have a blackboard back here that has a rundown of our topics. I'm just going all around the board tonight. But Jon and Kate +8. I don't get why they're in the news. Why are they here? Why do we care about them? And why do we care about people with 8 kids that are on camera that ruin their own lives?
America is fixated with reality shows right now. It's just kind of the trend, and this is just another part of it, I suppose. It's bound to happen. It's all down here from here, folks.
Yeah, it's all down here. The camera shot changed, and Nick Mayon's trying to buzz me on my cell phone. But it's all downhill. It's almost Jon and Kate. Watching this implode is almost as bad as watching a Lifetime movie.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It's pretty bad.
Like, you
it's
know what's going to happen, but you sit there for 3 hours and just let it unravel. Speaking of, I'm listening to the Delilah show tonight, and a guy calls in and he says, Delilah, I have a request, and it's a request for you.
Okay.
I want to request a song to you. And my grandmother and I are just looking at each other like, what? And he just goes on and he rambles about how she helped save his marriage, about how she gave him great advice, how she prayed with him on the phone. And he goes on for 5 minutes complaining. And he says, can you play Save the Last Dance for me? Because I want to save my last dance for you.
Wow.
And she just looks at me. She says, all that for that? Now, look, people, I understand that there's some pretty terrible radio and there's some pretty terrible TV. And frankly, you're watching terrible TV right now. But if you're going to call a show, and I'm going to say this for mine, for this program anyway, if you're going to call into a radio show and you're going to make a request to the host, do it succinctly. Don't go around, beat around the bush and tell us and make us and try and tell us how we helped you through some stuff. Which, frankly, if you're watching the Open Channel, we helped you through some stuff. I don't know what to say about that, but Why? Why do you call a radio show and just say, or why is a radio DJ helping you through problems? That's the big question there. Now, what else do we have on the
Cheaper than therapy.
What? That's
Just saying.
You know, I never thought of that. Instead of paying a shrink, you call the radio
call it
show
up. Toll
and
free
you listen
number.
to depressing